Hello, it's Randi Rhodes. Here's a clip from our show, and go to randirhodes.com for the whole thing and a podcast. Buy a stinking podcast.
Mary had a little man. The fall.
We believe that all men are created equal.
To the magnificent mosaic that is America.
From radio beacon to radio beacon. I have a dream today. Change has come to America.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
It's a figment of your imagination.
Randi Rhodes Show. Turn up your mind.
An incredible display.
It's incredible.
How incredibly vast our solar system is. Some incredible images.
This is absolutely incredible.
This incredible totality.
This light is incredible. The coolness is incredible.
Where you are, right?
Absolutely incredible. This is absolutely incredible to see for myself. That is absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Yeah. But just an incredible experience here. Incredible. Incredible how, as cliche as that sounds, it was really incredible.
That was incredible. That was incredible.
It's just an incredible thing to realize.
My goodness.
It's pretty incredible. It's pretty incredible to see what's happening. It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kind of an incredible experience. It is an incredible thing.
He's starting to look pretty incredible.
It was incredible.
Incredible, isn't it?
Jeff, it's incredible.
Oh, my gosh.
It's incredible.
Just seen some incredible moments. Already seen just some incredible moments. That's just incredible. Stephanie, just incredible to watch.
It's incredible.
It's just incredible.
It has been an incredible sensation.
It was absolutely incredible.
Oh, my gosh. Wow.
Incredible.
Totally trash, but...
I'm going to bomb the shit out of them.
Yeah. It's not incredible. It's credible. It's the most credible thing that happens. It is an awesome spectacle of scientific prediction. Is what it is. The magnificent miracle of Mother Nature, for the love of God. I have seen the face of God. For those of you who don't believe in science, you could say that. But what was with the lack of preparedness? I mean, we were gearing up for this, solar eclipse for 3 weeks now. Science can predict things like that. Oh, yeah, they can. They can actually predict stuff like global warming and solar eclipses. And the totalitarian movement, it was like underway today. Did you ever hear? I haven't heard the word totalitarian the totality with totalism. I haven't heard totalism, espoused in this country. Well, except for the Trump administration. Do you know, it's unbelievable. It's like the anger of the gods, the awesome spectacle of global astronomy. Oh, people, science is real. It's real, you maniacs, you. This is mass madness, you maniacs, you. Mass madness. Science works. Of course, the White House thought it was too globalist, and Steve Bannon quit in protest of the globalism. Yeah, I mean, it was good. We didn't get it as great here in South Florida as people did in places in Oregon. I saw, I guess the Grand Tetons. Did you have a good view there, the Grand Tetons? I thought I heard you did. A lot of the Smokies got it good. South Carolina, that was kind of cool watching South Carolina on the beach. Everybody, I mean, it's Mother Nature at her most awesome. Don't mess with her. Don't screw with her. She gets even. But that was that, and this is now. So Trump is back. He's back in the White House. You know what was good about the eclipse? Oh, wait, my TV's on. You know what was really good about the eclipse? The lack of Trump talk for just a brief moment. Just a brief moment. It was like 2 hours and 15 minutes. I think it took for the sun to make its way across this country, and for 2 hours, people were actually joyful about something that everybody was a part of. Every American was a part of. It was cool. It was good. And then all of a sudden it was over, and now we're back to the complete darkness that is the Trump administration. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why people are like, whoa, look, we're in the darkness. We were plunged into darkness. We were plunged into darkness when the election was over. That's when we were plunged in, and nothing has gotten better ever since. So he goes on a 17-day working vacation. Of course, he had no intention of working, but lo and behold, he did a lot of hard work. He did more work to undermine his presidency in these 17 days from that place called Bedminster, which I just call Bitburg now. than any other president ever did on vacay. I mean, the polls are out. He's just sucking wind in Wisconsin, Michigan, all the big blue wall. The big blue wall that didn't show up, for Hillary, they are actually showing up for the pollsters saying, I hate this man. This man is embarrassing. This man is, unbelievably silly. He's racist. He's people from Liberty University. Jerry Falwell's university, okay? Jerry Falwell provided a college education for various students across this nation so that they could infiltrate law enforcement, the district attorney's offices, and these very people are rebelling, and they're sending back their Liberty University diplomas to send a message to Jerry Falwell Jr., and to send a message to the donors and the fundraisers who raise money for this Christian, university that, they just caught on that perhaps that brand of Christianity isn't even Christian. It's racist, perhaps. So they're sending back their diplomas, which is just, lovely. And it took Trump, all of 3 minutes to tweet something misspelled this morning. So he's back, everybody. He's back. What did he tweet? He tweeted something about this nation needs to be brought to heel or something. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? I thought that's why Hillary lost the election. That the children must be brought to heel. Am I the only one that remembers that she said that? These predators and these children must be brought to heel. Yeah. But, what did he tweet? He tweeted out many anti-police agitators. This was about Boston, okay? He said many anti-police agitators who showed up for a peaceful rally in Boston, by the way. He said something about the nation must be brought to heel. And he wrote H-E-E-L. And the media said he meant H-E-A-L. But I think he meant H-E-I-L. And nobody wants to say it. All right. So I think he thinks the nation should be brought to heel is what I think he thinks. But anyway, he's back. The Secret Service is overworked. Have you seen this newspaper article today? This is really unbelievable. The cost of protecting Donald Trump's family has broken the budget of the Secret Service. He's a handful. Yep. That's what happens when your staff are all family members. And they all travel and they go on vacation. I mean, this whole time, all this racist crap was going on. Remember, Jared and Ivanka, they were in Vermont. They were on vacation, too. They went to Vermont. But the Secret Service has to go, too. And, I got news for you. The Secret Service says that because of the amount of overtime hours and the amount of staff that they need and the amount of places that they have to cover and the amount of protection that this man demands, that the Secret Service they have no more funds to pay. They have no more funds to pay agents. I can't imagine that the Republican Congress and the Republican Senate and the Republican president, who just love law enforcement, they just love them so much that they must tweet that, people are anti-police agitators, even though nothing happened, right? In Boston. I don't know. I mean, they love the police so much that they're preemptive in their love. Just in case anything happens, I must tweet out my preemptive support for things that haven't happened yet, in case they do, and misspell the word H-E-A-L. H-E-E-L. But I don't think I mean H-E-I-L. But the Secret Service is out of money. I mean, they can't pay the hundreds of agents that it needs to carry out the protective mission to protect the president and his family. They say the sheer size of the president's family and the efforts necessary to secure their multiple residences up and down the East Coast is, they said that more than 1,000 agents already have hit the federally mandated caps for salary. So you know what that means? That means that the Republican House and Senate and, Republican presidents have signed caps on how much Secret Service agents can make, limiting their ability to collect overtime. Isn't that nice? So 42 people under Donald Trump need protection. 18 members are family. 18. A Secret Service agent makes $160,000. And that's their combined salary and overtime, right? That's the max they can make. And so some of the Congress members were asked about, this compensation thing is so serious that they were asked whether or not they would, raise the combined salary and overtime cap for agents. And they said, well, we don't see this changing in the near term. So I don't know what that means. I don't know if it means the Republicans aren't willing to spend the money to protect Donald Trump. I'm not sure. Or if it means that they just don't love law enforcement as much as they pretend they do. Or if it means that they want Donald Trump to sit still for 5 minutes as if he didn't have, some sort of a disorder and a disordered mind and just, do some work. I don't know. I don't know what they mean by that, but that is just a fact. So now we have Trump back in the White House. So maybe the cost of protect now because the family members are still out and about. But on his last day of vacation, he tweeted some of the worst and most dishonest fake news reporting I have ever seen, meaning the last 2 weeks in Trump's mind did not happen. Now, tonight he's going to take to the TV and he's going to lay out his prescription for what ails us in Afghanistan. The 16-year-old war that he criticized mercilessly, that he said was a waste of time and money, that he said was more of our globalist, globe-trotting globalism. Right? This is like the new buzzword, is everything is global. I hate to tell him, but the solar eclipse, well, this is why he wouldn't watch it. Did you see him on the balcony of the White House at all? Did you turn on the TV and see him? Him and Melania. Melania refused to wear the glasses. They were too dorky for her. And so she switched from the protective glasses to her own glasses and refused to look up. And then when she lost interest, Trump lost interest, and they left the balcony. It was too global for them. It's too globalist. It's too global. It's too much globalism for, them. It wasn't white enough. It was dark. They don't like anything. They only like white. So they just left the balcony. They wouldn't watch it. But this is amazing to me that we are going to have the president. And listen, I'm good on prediction. Didn't I predict to you that Steve Bannon was not leaving the White House to go to war with Trump? The way the media was reporting that, remember on Friday, this is where we left off, that, Bannon is leaving and somebody at Breitbart tweeted, hashtag war, and he's going to war against Trump. And I said, oh no. Bannon is leaving to open up a second front. Mueller must be getting awfully close. And my theory about what Trump is doing with this white nationalism, my theory with feeding the virulent base, my theory about, turning off the lights and letting the cockroaches back out of the walls. Yes, we've always had racists with us, and I've used this example before. This is not specific to just the Ku Klux Klan. This is not just specific to, the people on Reddit. This is not just specific to the white nationalists. This is not just specific to Richard Spencer or Milo Yiannopoulos, who doesn't understand that he's a gay man who needs civil rights protections. I don't know how he avoided that particular day in class, but he did. No, this predates them. This is an observation I have had for 20 years about racism in this country. They're like cockroaches, the racists among us. And when you have a decent president, when you have a decent conversation in this country, when you have decent people willing to reach out to other decent people to discuss and share their life experiences, what you find out is everybody wants the same thing. They want their kids to do just a little bit better than they did. That's all. That's all. They all want the American dream. Every one of us does. But when the racists take over, you would think that there are people who want the American dream, that just their existence victimizes them out of having their American dream, even though they're on meth. Even though they're on meth and stealing mom's pills and, going up the Pillbilly Highway every single day. And that is what they do for a living. They don't think that has anything to do with their lack of ability to succeed. It must be because somebody else is succeeding, and that's why they can't. Right. So they go back into the walls like cockroaches do. When the lights are on, when you have a decent president, when you have a decent Congress, when you have civil rights legislation, and when you have agreement in the country, when you have all good people being, let's say, built, monuments built to them instead of monuments built to slave whores, and people who, hunted slaves, like Robert E. Lee. Who, by the way, their own families are saying, listen, they were world heavyweight champion racists. No, I mean, I think their statues should come down, right? Okay, so when you have a decent president, when you have decent dialogue, when you have decent understanding, when you have decent, reach arounds, let's call it, then the cockroaches are forced back into the wall because we shame them. We shame them and shun them. And so they go back into their, walls so that they could feed. But when you turn the lights out the way Trump does with his vitriol and rhetoric, the cockroaches come out of the walls and they swarm. And when they're crawling all over you, you get post-traumatic stress disorder is what it is. In this case, it's post-Trump stress disorder. And that's what we're suffering from. But it's unbelievable that Steve Bannon has not been able to get the president to make it dark enough, even with the eclipse, because the eclipse was too global for them. So Steve Bannon has left the White House to go back to Breitbart, where he can spoon feed the white racists, where he can spoon feed the base, where he can turn the lights off again, where he can direct them in their little marching army across your kitchen floor. Okay? This is why he left. This is what he's doing. This is what I said. Trump left the White House because they said they were having to refurbish it. They had to replace the AC is what they had to do. But he had no idea just how much house cleaning was going to go on. It doesn't make a crap of difference, though. All Steve Bannon has done was leave the White House to declare war on the people inside the White House that he didn't get along with, that didn't see his white supremacist nationalist view as clearly as he wanted them to. So now he's going to write virulent crap at Breitbart and maybe start a new media company. Go to RandiRhodes.com for the whole thing and a podcast. Buy a stinking podcast.